Kia ora, and welcome to this episode of Once We're Gardeners. Today I'm planting my potatoes out, the riwai. I'll have a row of Māori potatoes, riwai, and this year I've decided to do a bit different. I'm going to have some ordinary potatoes, rocket, swift, and Cliff's kidney, just for a bit of variety. Last year I had I grew over 30 kilos worth of potatoes, and they were all eaten by rats. I left them there in the garage, and they came out and they're all gone. So yes, very hungry rats this winter. Well, this year I'll look after them a lot better. So the key thing with potatoes is obviously you want them sprouting like this. These sprouted potatoes are actually riwai, actually just ones I bought from an organic shop, and they started to sprout, so I just put them aside and I just plant them later on. I think they're whataroa or something like that variety. They're very nice and blue, and so I'll plant these for this season. I have 2 rows this season. Now the rows need to be 60 centimeters apart, which is about here, where one here and one over here where he was lying, and then plant the tubers about 25 centimeters apart. So the rows need to be 60 centimeters apart, and the tubers are planted about 25 centimeters apart from each other. In order to figure that out, I cut a stick and I just go like that, and it gives me a measure of where the tubers are supposed to go. So I've got one there, and then I have another one here, and then another one there. Once I've done one row, then I can follow up with the next row afterwards and just seeing what I've done on the first row. And it's important to make sure the tubers are planted depth, so the probably about half a hand's depth is what I normally do, and that should be enough. And then I've got this one here, a stick showing, yep, that's where the next one goes there. In this particular instance, it'll be that one. So there we go. Next one. Where's my stick? So, 2 rows 60 centimeters apart, tubers 25 centimeters apart. There we go. So there we have it. Potatoes now planted, ready to be mounted up, and for the growing season, and hopefully the frosts are over. Now to finish off, I will put some rock mineral fertiliser as I plant each celery plant. And like I say, you just can't have too much compost, blood and bone, seaweed, whatever you want, organic fertiliser for celery. Now, most people think this is overkill, and it is, because celery is a glutton. I've said before that like broccoli and is a glutton, but it says this is a mega glutton, and I planted some celery which is just coming to the end of their life now, about this time last year. So some of them have lasted almost 12 months worth of production. It's not like I take a lot at the time, but yeah, but there's always celery there when I need it, if I plant it with the right amount of food to start with, to give it a really good, get it really established, and continually feed it with liquid fertiliser and other layers of compost throughout the season. So it's a mega gross glutton celery. But if you do that, you'll have great celery, free of aphids, all summer long and autumn and into the winter as a minimum. So, yep, great. Mineral fertiliser, rock mineral fertiliser. The great thing about celery is that it is so nutritious. It is so good to put in a stir fry or a salad or anything like that. And don't forget to loosen up the roots and plant it that way. So it's easy to buy, easy to plant, so long as you feed it like it's a mega gross glutton that it is, and you will have it for 8 months, 10 months easily if you do that. There we go. Ka pai. Get into it.